I love running, whether that be a slight jog to get my mind off things or a full sprint to test the capabilities of my body. However, recently I've not been running as much. Now it's time to change things. A recent thought had popped into my head. Are the benefits of running actually true? So I done a quick Google search. Found out there are actually many benefits of running, from lowering cardiovascular disease and heart disease to lowering stress hormones such as cortisol. It was also seen to have a key impact in muscle growth, especially in the core, the hip, the hamstring and the glutes. Well, I wanted to test out how factual these things actually are, especially focusing on the mental health element. So for the next 7 days, I'm going to test out how legitimate these things actually are. Are they a myth, or do they actually benefit the body as a whole? Alright, I've just woken up and I actually don't want to go on this run, but I'm pushed through and hopefully I feel much better after the run. So I put on my running hoodie, put on my running shoes and got ready to get on the run. Alright, at this point I haven't run in a while and you can see that I'm pretty fatigued. I chose a good destination of a park to run in and it was actually pretty calming, looking at a good view with a lot of scenery, which was actually pretty relaxing for the mind. Alright guys, I'm done with run number 1 and it was much harder than I thought. Thought it would be much easier, but it's not. I have to do this for the next 7 days. Let's go. Alright, I've just woken up as you can tell, and it's day 2 of going on another run. I do feel quite fatigued, my legs are hurting, my body's hurting, but I do feel like I have the energy to go on another run. So I put on my running shoes, put on my running hoodie and walked my way to the destination of where I normally run. I felt like I had the energy to tackle this run even though my legs were quite fatigued and my body was hurting. Other than that, I felt alright for day 2. On this run, I did actually come across one of the benefits of running, which was the idea of stress relief, as I completely forgot about all my problems and was wholly focused on just running, which supports the mental health element. Alright, I'm feeling the effects of yesterday. My breathing's a bit off and I'm very tired. Probably because I'm running consecutively. However, hopefully it gets better in the next few minutes. For day 3, I felt the fatigue hit more and more. I felt a lot of aches and pains whenever I moved, also known as delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS, which I found out is a normal response to the exercise, which according to a trustworthy Google is caused by micro tears in your muscle. Research told me that the soreness is due to a temporary inflation around the muscles and usually feels worse before it gets better. However, while my physical state was in a steady decline, I felt the mental state was on a steady incline. I did some research and found that it was due to a key factor of dopamine, which is a hormone released during exercise which scientifically contributes to the feel-good factor. So while cortisol levels were decreasing, my dopamine levels were increasing. Alright, it's day 4 and feeling the effects of the runs. I feel like cardio shouldn't be done as much, but let's get to it. Alright, so I put my Skechers running shoes, not sponsored by the way, and got ready for day 4. I made my way to my usual running spot and this was by far the toughest day so far as I experienced things I never experienced on any other days before. I felt like tiredness and fatigue influenced my ability to run and actually keep going. As you can see, I'm feeling the effects of running for 4 days straight and the thing you can't see is that I felt like slowing down, which was a mental note to my body basically saying I needed a rest. I found out that the brain limits how far you can actually push yourself past what you feel you can handle. This is to preserve your health and your body, and as you can see I had to take a breather and didn't manage to complete the final push of the run. Even though I didn't finish the run, I actually felt pretty good about going on the run. And day 5 was here. Honestly, I was low-key excited that I didn't have to do cardio every day again, as well it was kinda long to be honest. However, for this day, I was ready to go and get this done and over with. I started off and was ready to tackle the second last day of this challenge. The fatigue and tiredness was still there, however, I couldn't feel it as much, and I'm guessing that's due to my body adapting to the fact that I've been running every day, which in the whole is a positive thing. However, this is when I felt something I never had felt before. I felt a knock on my left foot, which wasn't that big of a deal, and I pushed through it, but it was something different I never experienced in the past 5 days. It proves that fatigue never truly goes away. So I took a quick 1-minute break and went back to running my second last ever run in the 7-day challenge. Day 6, second last day, and honestly I'm so glad the 7 days of cardio are finally coming to an end. Did my same routine of waking up, walking to the local park to do some running, and as well just started running. As I was running, I decided it would help to not focus on the act as much and just mentally zoned out of the act of running. I focused on the beautiful scenery that I was covered by and just tried distracting my body with peaceful thoughts. And honestly, this worked. I felt that I was focusing much less on the act of running and was very less tired and heavily breathing. I found that zoning out while running can help you de-stress and stay in this calm state of mind. It was said to help you to get through difficult runs by mentally distracting yourself from discomfort, causing you to push through while not being focused. And well, that was it for day 6. Day 7. This day couldn't feel any better. I felt so great the 7 days of running were coming to an end, as I do believe cardio shouldn't be done this much and should kept to be around 4 to 5 times a week. As you can see, running for 7 days left me destroyed with a lot of fatigue and pain, but it built my discipline more as I actually had a purpose to run, which was to film content. So even though it pushed me to my limits, it gave me an insight into the mental side. Once you develop a purpose, you start to do things you sometimes won't. In this case, it was running. Alright, so I just finished the 7 days running program, and honestly, I feel knackered and battered, which as I have been for the last 7 days. However, I do feel ready to set out for the days, which I felt for the last 7 days. And I feel like that's due to the de-stressing of the body after I come back from a run. And it's actually set me up for a pretty good day. So I do believe that running do have potential benefits, but shouldn't be done every day. So yeah, keep it to a minimum of 4 to 5 times a week and you should be good.